Hi guys, I'm Roni from the blog Our High Street Home, and today I wanted to share with you an easy cauliflower soup that I like to prepare, especially when the weather starts getting colder. It's definitely becoming soup season, so if you'd like to see how I made this easy soup, then please keep watching. You can also get the recipe at my blog, ourhighstreethome.com. Thanks.
The ingredients to make this soup are very easy to find, and if you can't get leeks, you can always use an onion. This soup also has cauliflower, carrots, chicken broth, thyme, salt and pepper, and olive oil. And I like to start with my leek because it can be gritty and needs to be cleaned, and I like to let it soak in some water. So I cut it in half and then in half again in these little half circles, and I drop the vegetable right into the bowl of water, and while it is soaking in the water, the grit and dirt from between the layers of the leek will fall to the bottom of the bowl. After the leeks have sat for a few minutes, I scoop them out and put them in a sieve to drain off some of the water. Now I do some vegetable prep. I chop my carrots. I get some olive oil heating up in the bottom of a large pot, and I start my carrots first. They take a few more minutes to soften. The leeks are pretty soft to begin with. And then I just continue with my vegetable prep and chop up the cauliflower just into chunks. After the carrots have cooked for about 5 minutes in the oil, I then add my leeks. I added about a teaspoon of thyme. And 2 cups of chicken broth. Then I added all my cauliflower in. And I came back and I added water just to the top of the vegetables. You don't want too much liquid. You want your soup to be creamy in the end. Too much liquid, it'll be too thin. And I'll give you a better look of how much liquid per vegetables I have in the pot. So I bring that to a boil, put the lid on, turn it down to a simmer, and simmer it until everything is tender, which takes about half an hour. And then I go in with my favorite tool in the kitchen, which is my immersion blender. You could, of course, do this in a regular blender, but then you've got to clean it. I'd much rather just use my immersion blender and just clean that. You can make this as creamy as you want, or you can leave it chunky. I usually do a pretty good job of making it all creamy, but I end up with chunks here and there, which is just fine. After I'm done pureeing my soup, I add about a half teaspoon of salt and a quarter teaspoon of pepper. Mix it through, make sure it's heated, and it's ready to eat.
Definitely going to do a taste test with my soup. Let's see. Everything's good. It needs a little bit more salt, but I'm not going to put more in it. My husband doesn't like a lot of salt. I would put a little more salt in my dish, but it came out really nice. If you think you might like this recipe, then go over to my blog, Our High Street Home, and I'll have the recipe all written down there for you. Thank you very much for watching.